Before we start, hit that subscribe button. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Al-Anbar Province, Iraq, July 2009. 6 Marines on patrol. We passed an old well. Someone said my name. I looked down. Nothing but darkness. Empty. Except it wasn't empty, and by the time we understood what was calling us, 3 of us were already gone. You ever hear your name when nobody's there? Not mishearing, not imagination. Your actual name, spoken clearly, coming from somewhere it shouldn't. We did, and we should have run the first time. My name is Staff Sergeant James Reeves. I'm 42 years old. I live in San Diego. I don't go near wells anymore. Don't go near holes in the ground. Don't go near anything deep and dark and empty. Because I know what lives down there now. This was July 2009. The surge was working. Iraq was quieting down. We were doing stability operations, helping rebuild, making nice with locals. The kind of work that makes you think maybe the war's actually ending. Maybe you'll make it home. I was 33, Staff Sergeant, 3rd deployment. Thought I knew everything Iraq could throw at me. IEDs, snipers, ambushes, suicide bombers, seen it all, survived it all. Turns out I didn't know shit. There were 6 of us on patrol that day. Me, Corporal Mike Chen, Corporal David Martinez, Lance Corporal Tyler Brooks, Lance Corporal Sam Morrison, Private First Class Jake Williams. You don't need their whole stories. Just know they were Marines. Good ones. The kind who had your back without thinking twice. The kind you'd die for, and they'd die for you, and that's just how it worked. 4 of them are gone now. Mike, David, Sam, Jake. Just gone. Tyler and I are what's left. 2 Marines who heard their names from empty wells and were smart enough not to answer. Not right away. Not until it was too late. July 18th, 2009. Hot morning. The kind of hot that makes you wonder if hell is actually a real place and you're already there. 115 degrees. Full gear. 50 pounds of equipment. Walking through a village that had been abandoned for months. Empty. That's what command said. Cleared. Safe. No hostiles. Just ruins and dust and buildings nobody wanted anymore. Our job was to patrol it. Make sure it stayed empty. Make sure nobody moved back in with bad intentions. Simple patrol. 4 hours, in and out. Should have been routine. The village was called Al-Quwayrat. Small place. Maybe 50 buildings. Mud brick. Flat roofs. The kind of place that had been there for centuries. Would probably be there for centuries more after we left. After everyone left. We moved through it in standard formation. Mike on point. Me behind him. The others spread out, covering angles, watching windows, watching rooftops, watching for the ambush that hadn't come yet, but always might. The wells were everywhere. Old ones, stone, some covered with wooden planks, some open to the sky. Deep. You couldn't see the bottom. Just darkness going down and down and down. Water table had dropped decades ago. Nothing in them now but air and history and shadows. Why so many wells? Tyler asked. He was young, 22, 1st deployment, still asked questions about everything, still curious about Iraq instead of just tired of it. Village used to be bigger, Mike said. Before the water dried up, before people left, each family had their own well, status symbol. The deeper your well, the richer you were. How deep? Tyler asked. Mike shrugged. 50 feet, 100. Some go deeper. Nobody knows anymore. Nobody's been down there in years. We kept moving, checking buildings, marking cleared rooms, standard procedure. The village was dead. No signs of recent activity, no trash, no footprints, no graffiti. Just empty buildings slowly being reclaimed by desert. That's when I heard it. James. My name. Spoken clearly. Male voice. American accent. Coming from somewhere close. I stopped, spun around, weapon up. "What?" Mike asked. "You say something?" I asked. "No." Somebody said my name. "Nobody said anything," Mike said. "You're hearing things. Heat's getting to you." Maybe. Maybe it was the heat. Maybe my brain was cooking. Maybe I was hearing things that weren't there. I'd seen it happen. Heat stroke, dehydration. Your mind starts playing tricks. James. There it was again. Closer. Clearer. Not in my head. External. Real. Someone speaking my name. I spun again. Looked at the patrol. Everyone was looking at me. Nobody had spoken. "Did any of you—" "James," coming from behind me. I turned. Nothing there, just a well. Old stone well. Maybe 10 feet across. Open to the sky. Wooden planks rotting beside it. Like someone had removed the cover and never put it back. I walked toward it. Mike grabbed my arm. "Where are you going?" "The well," I said. Sound came from the well. "It's empty, James. There's nothing down there." "Then why did I hear my name?" He didn't have an answer. I approached the well, slowly. Weapon ready, like I could shoot sound, like I could shoot whatever was down there calling me. I reached the edge, looked down. Darkness. Complete darkness. The sun was right overhead. Should have illuminated something. Should have shown me the bottom. Showed me water or rocks or anything. Just black. Like looking into nothing. Like looking into a hole that went on forever. "Hello?" I called down. My voice echoed, bounced off stone walls, came back to me distorted. Wrong. Like the well was changing it. Like the darkness was eating my words and spitting them back different. "James." The voice came from below, from deep in the well, not echoing, not distorted, just speaking, clear as day, like someone was standing at the bottom looking up at me. "Who's down there?" I shouted. "James, come down, come see, come home. Identify yourself." "James, it's dark down here, so dark. Please come down, bring light, bring—" The voice cut off, just stopped mid-sentence, like someone had flipped a switch. I stood there, heart pounding, weapon aimed at darkness, at nothing, at a voice that couldn't be real. "Staff Sergeant," Tyler said behind me. "We should move. This place is wrong." He was right. Every instinct I had was screaming danger, screaming trap, screaming get the fuck away from this well. But I couldn't move, couldn't stop staring into that darkness, couldn't stop listening for the voice to come back. "James," Mike said. His voice was different now, tight, controlled. "Step away from the well." I did, backed up, rejoined the patrol. Everyone was looking at me, looking at the well, looking scared in that way Marines don't like to show but can't always hide. "What was that?" Sam asked. He was 24, quiet kid, Texas, ranch family. Rarely spoke unless spoken to, but he was speaking now, voice shaking. "I don't know," I said. "Acoustics. Echo. Something." "That wasn't echo," David said. He was the oldest after me, 31, 2 kids back home. Wife who wrote him every day. "That was someone talking, someone down there." "There's no one down there," I said. "The well's been empty for years. It's just sound. Traveling weird. Playing tricks." But I didn't believe it. And they knew I didn't believe it. We kept moving, left the well behind, continued the patrol. But everything felt different now. The village felt alive, watching. Those empty windows weren't empty anymore. Those dark doorways weren't dark. They were full of presence, full of attention, full of something that knew we were there and wanted us to know it knew. Tyler. We all heard it that time, clear as anything. Tyler's name, spoken by a voice that sounded almost like Tyler's own voice, but deeper, older, wrong. Tyler stopped walking, face pale. That's me. That's my name. Where's it coming from? Mike asked. We listened. Silence. Just wind and our breathing and our gear creaking. Then, Tyler, come here. Come see, come down. Another well, 50 feet ahead, left side of the street, open, dark. The voice was coming from inside it, coming from the bottom, or from deeper than the bottom, from somewhere below that shouldn't have voices. Don't, I said to Tyler. Don't go near it. It knows my name, Tyler said. How does it know my name? It doesn't, I said. It's not real. It's just sound. Just acoustics. Just Tyler! Louder now, angry, demanding, like a parent calling a child who's in trouble, like an officer giving an order. The voice echoed out of the well and filled the street and hit us like a physical thing. Tyler started walking toward it. Stop! I grabbed him, pulled him back. Don't you fucking move! It's calling me, Tyler said. His eyes were glazed, unfocused. I have to answer, have to see, have to... I slapped him, hard, across the face. His head snapped back, eyes focused, cleared. What? What happened? You were going to the well, I said. I was? He looked at the well, at the darkness inside. I don't remember. I heard my name and nothing, I said. We're leaving, now. This village is compromised. Something's wrong here. We report back. Let command figure it out. Agreed, Mike said. This is above our pay grade. We're out. We started moving back the way we'd come. Fast, not running. Marines don't run unless they're being shot at. But fast. Tactical retreat. Getting distance between us and those wells, those voices, that darkness that knew our names. Mike, David, Sam, Jake. All at once. 4 voices, 4 names, coming from 4 different wells scattered around the village. All speaking at the same time, all calling, all demanding, all pulling. We stopped. You ever feel something pulling you? Not physically, mentally, like a hook in your brain dragging you towards something you don't want to go? Like your own thoughts betraying you, telling you to turn around, to look, to listen, to answer. That's what it felt like. Don't listen, I shouted. Keep moving, eyes forward, don't... James. My name again, but not from behind us, from ahead, from a well directly in our path, between us and the exit, between us and safety. James, stop running, stop hiding. Come see, come down, come home where you belong, where we all belong, in the dark, in the deep, in the quiet. Go around, I said. We go around it. We don't get close. We don't look. We just... James! So loud it hurt, like someone screaming directly in my ear, like a megaphone, like a weapon made of sound. I stumbled, hands over my ears. Didn't help. The voice was inside my head now, not outside, inside, speaking from somewhere behind my eyes. Come down, James. Come see what's waiting. Come see what's been waiting for thousands of years. Come see what called to all the others. Come see what they saw before the darkness took them. Others? What others? Staff Sergeant! Mike was grabbing me, shaking me. James, snap out of it! I blinked, focused. I was standing at the edge of the well, right at the edge. One more step and I'd have fallen into darkness, fallen into whatever was down there calling my name. I stepped back, breathing hard, heart hammering. How did I didn't walk here. I didn't move. You did, Mike said. You just stood up and walked straight toward it. We were calling your name, but you didn't respond. You just kept walking. We need to fucking run, David shouted. Now! He was right. Fuck protocol. Fuck tactics. Fuck everything. We ran, all 6 of us, sprinting through the village, away from the wells, away from the voices, away from the darkness that knew us and wanted us and was calling us home, behind us. The voices multiplied, dozens of them, hundreds maybe, all calling our names, all demanding we stop, all screaming with rage and hunger and something older than words. The wells were waking up, all of them. Every dark hole in that village opening its mouth and screaming our names into the desert air. We hit the edge of the village, collapsed, gasping, no one following, no one chasing. The voices had stopped. Just silence now. Just wind and heat and our breathing. What the fuck was that? Jake gasped. He was 19, babyface, youngest in the unit, first deployment. He'd signed up to fight terrorists, not to run from voices in wells, not to escape darkness that knew his name. I don't know, I said, but we report it. We tell command. We make sure nobody goes back there. They'll think we're crazy, David said. I don't care, I said. Better crazy than dead. We made it back to base, filed the report, told them everything. The wells, the voices, the names, the pulling, the fact that we'd almost fallen, almost answered, almost gone down into darkness that wanted us. They didn't believe us, not at first. Said it was heat exhaustion, stress, combat fatigue, the mind playing tricks in hostile territory. They wanted to pull us off patrol, put us on medical leave, make sure we weren't cracking. Then they checked the history of Al-Quwayrat. The village had been abandoned in 2004. Entire population just left, packed up, walked away, left everything behind. Houses, possessions, livestock, everything. Just walked into the desert and never came back. The Iraqi police investigated, found nothing wrong, no bodies, no signs of violence, no reason for evacuation. People just decided to leave all at once. When interviewed, survivors said the same thing. The wells were calling us. We had to leave before we answered. The Iraqi government sealed the village, declared it off limits, posted guards. But guards kept disappearing, one by one. Walk into the village on patrol. Never walk out. Their equipment found at the edge of wells. No bodies, no signs of struggle. Just gear sitting there like they'd taken it off and walked down into darkness. After 6 guards disappeared in 3 months, they stopped posting them. They built a fence, put up warning signs, told everyone to stay away. And mostly, people did. Except the Americans. Except us. Except Marines who didn't read the briefing thoroughly enough to know Al-Quwayrat was forbidden. Except patrols that thought empty villages were safe. Command gave us new orders. Stay away from Al-Quwayrat. Don't patrol there. Don't go near there. Don't even look at it from a distance. Classified the village as a hazard zone. Made up some story about unexploded ordnance, about chemical weapons cache, about anything except the truth. Because the truth was impossible. The truth was wells that called your name. Darkness that pulled you. Voices that knew things they shouldn't know. They split us up. Different units, different bases, different sectors. Like they were afraid we'd talk if we stayed together. Like they were afraid we'd compare stories and realize something they didn't want us to realize. But we stayed in touch. Email, phone calls, making sure everyone was okay, making sure the voices hadn't followed us home, making sure nobody had gone back. For 3 weeks. Everything seemed fine. Then Sam disappeared. August 8th, 2009. He was on patrol in Fallujah. Different city, different sector. Miles from Al-Quwayrat. His unit said they were clearing a building. Sam went to check the basement. Standard procedure. They heard him go down the stairs. They never heard him come up. When they went looking, the basement was empty. Door they'd come through was the only way out. No windows, no tunnels, no exits. But no Sam. His rifle was on the floor, his radio, his helmet, all his gear, sitting there like he'd carefully removed it and set it down, like he'd been getting ready for something. In the center of the basement floor, there was a hole. Old well shaft, capped with concrete decades ago. But the concrete was broken, moved aside. The hole was open, dark, deep. They called down. No response. They lowered a camera. The shaft went down 200 feet, ended in a chamber. Ancient, pre-Islamic, maybe Roman, maybe older. Nobody knew. The chamber was empty. No Sam, no body, no signs anyone had been there in centuries. Just stone and darkness and a well shaft that shouldn't have been open. The Marine Corps listed him as missing in action. Probable accident. Fell down the shaft. Body unrecovered. They sealed the shaft with concrete. Steel. Rebar. Made it impossible to open. Made it so nothing could get out and nothing could get in. But 3 days later, a patrol in Ramadi heard someone calling from a well in the city center. Male voice, American accent, calling for help. They looked down, saw nothing, lowered a rope. Something pulled it, hard, fast, pulled it down into darkness. When they pulled the rope back up, there was a message written on it in English. Tell Reeves we're waiting. Jake went next. August 15th, 1 week after Sam. Different city again, different well, same story. Checking a building, found an old cistern, opened the cover to clear it, leaned over to look inside. His buddies said he just fell, like someone pushed him, but nobody was close enough to push, just fell forward into the cistern and disappeared. They went down after him. 4-man rescue team, full gear, lights, ropes, radio contact. They found the bottom. 10 feet of water. No Jake. They searched the entire cistern. Every wall, every corner, every shadow. Nothing. But written on the wall in mud, fresh mud that shouldn't have been there. David, Mike, Tyler, James, come home. Our names. All 4 of us who were left, written in order, like a list, like a target roster, like something was keeping track. David went next. August 22nd. He was driving through Baghdad. Convoy. Standard run. His truck hit something in the road. He got out to check. His driver said David walked to the front of the truck, knelt down, looked under it, and screamed. The driver ran around the truck. David was gone. No body, no blood, no signs of struggle, just his rifle on the ground. And a hole. Small hole in the road. Couldn't have been more than 2 feet across, but deep. So deep the driver couldn't see the bottom even with a flashlight. A hole that hadn't been there 5 minutes before. A hole that appeared under David's truck. A hole that took him. The convoy radioed for support. By the time engineers arrived, the hole was gone. Asphalt was solid, unbroken, like it had never been disturbed, like David had just vanished into solid ground. Mike went next. August 29th. He was smart. He knew what was happening. He knew the pattern. He requested transfer. Asked to go home early. Asked to get out of Iraq, get away from the wells, get away from the darkness that was collecting us. They denied it. Said he had 3 months left on deployment, said he needed to finish his tour, said there was no evidence of actual threat, just a string of accidents, just soldiers being careless around wells and holes and shafts. Mike didn't go on patrol anymore, stayed on base, refused to leave, wouldn't go near anything that even looked like a hole, wouldn't go in basements, wouldn't go in buildings with cellars, just stayed in his tent, slept, waited for his tour to end. August 29th, 0300. His tent mate woke up. Heard digging, looked over. Mike was sitting on his cot, digging, clawing at the ground with his bare hands, ripping through the tent floor, through the dirt beneath, digging down. "Mike, what are you doing?" Mike didn't respond, just kept digging. Faster, harder, fingers bleeding, nails tearing off. He dug down 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, making a hole, making a shaft, making a well, and from the hole, a voice, faint, distant, calling. "Mike, come down. Come see. Come home." The tent mate grabbed Mike, tried to pull him away. Mike fought back, stronger than he should have been. Threw his tent mate across the room, kept digging, wider now, deep enough to fit through. Then he jumped into the hole he'd dug, vanished into darkness that shouldn't have existed, into a shaft that couldn't be that deep, into nothing. When they excavated the hole the next morning, it went down 60 feet, straight down, perfect walls, smooth, like it had been drilled by machinery. But Mike had dug it with his bare hands in 30 minutes. At the bottom, they found nothing. No Mike, no body, no tunnel leading away. Just a chamber. Ancient, with writing on the walls. Cuneiform, Sumerian, older than Iraq, older than Islam, older than Rome. The linguists translated one phrase, just one, repeated over and over on every wall. "The deep calls to the deep. The dark knows your name. Come home." That left me and Tyler, 2 Marines out of 6, 2 survivors who'd heard their names from empty wells and were still refusing to answer. They pulled us out, flew us to Germany. Medical evaluation, psychological screening, made sure we weren't cracking, made sure we weren't going to dig holes in the middle of the night, made sure we weren't going to jump into the first well we saw. We were fine, physically. Mentally, we were terrified, but we were handling it, coping, not breaking. "Do you think they're dead?" Tyler asked me one night. We were in the hospital. Separate rooms, but we met in the hallway sometimes. Couldn't sleep. Just walked. Just talked. Just tried to make sense of something that made no sense. "I don't know," I said. "I keep hearing them," Tyler said. "In my head, at night. Their voices. Coming from somewhere deep, somewhere dark. Calling my name. Telling me to join them. Telling me it's peaceful down there. Telling me the dark is warm and safe and I should stop fighting." "Don't listen," I said. "I'm trying," Tyler said. "But it's hard. It's so fucking hard. Because part of me wants to. Part of me wants to find a well and look down and listen and eventually just let go. Just fall. Just see what they saw. Just go where they went." "Don't," I said. "We're the only ones left. We have to survive. We have to tell the story. We have to make sure nobody else goes to Al-Quwayrat. Nobody else hears their name from empty wells." "Okay," Tyler said. "Okay, I'll fight it. We'll both fight it." We flew home, back to the States, back to civilization, back to a place where wells were covered and cities had plumbing and nobody dug holes deeper than 6 feet and darkness didn't call your name. We thought we were safe. We were wrong. Tyler disappeared in October, 2 months after getting home. He'd seemed okay at first, better than okay. He was laughing again, smiling, talking about the future, about college, about using his GI Bill, about becoming a teacher, about putting Iraq behind him. I should have known it was too good to be true. Should have seen the signs. The way he avoided looking down. The way he flinched at drains. The way he'd changed his shower routine so he never had to look at the water going down the drain. Never had to watch it spiral. Never had to think about depth. October 15th, 2009. He was in Colorado, visiting his parents. Small town in the Rockies. Beautiful place. Mountains. Trees. Clean air. The kind of place that's supposed to heal you. Supposed to make you forget war. Supposed to give you peace. His mom said he seemed happy that morning. Ate breakfast. Told jokes. Played with the family dog. A golden retriever named Buddy. 8 years old. Loved Tyler. Followed him everywhere. His mom said Tyler seemed more relaxed than he'd been in years. "I'm going for a hike," Tyler said. "Clear my head. Buddy needs exercise. We'll be back in 2 hours." "Be careful," his mom said. "Some of those old mines are opening up again. Ground's unstable." "I know, Mom," Tyler said. "I'll stay on the trails, promise." He left at 10 a.m. His mom watched him walk up the trail, Buddy bouncing beside him. Tyler turned, waved, smiled. That was the last time anyone saw him alive. If alive is the right word, if anything about this is the right word. 2 hours passed, then 3, then 4. His parents started calling. No answer. Started worrying. Called the sheriff. Sheriff organized a search party. 20 volunteers, dogs, helicopters. The whole town turned out. Tyler was local. Everyone knew him. Everyone wanted to help. They found Buddy on day 3, October 18th. The dog was sitting beside an old mine entrance. Silver Mountain Mine. Abandoned since 1892. One of hundreds of old mines in the Rockies. Most were sealed. This one wasn't. Just a wooden fence. Warning signs. Nobody expected anyone to go inside. Buddy was sitting perfectly still, staring at the mine entrance. Not moving, not eating, not drinking. Just sitting, waiting, like he was guarding something, like he was standing watch for someone who was never coming back. Tyler's phone was on the ground beside Buddy. Battery dead. But they charged it. Checked his messages. Last thing he'd done was text me. 11:47 a.m., October 15th. "I hear them, James. They're here. They're in the mines, in the deep places underground. It's not just Iraq. It's everywhere. Every hole, every shaft, every place that goes down. They're all connected somehow. All leading to the same place, to the same deep, to the same darkness that knows our names." Mike just called to me from inside the mine. His voice, clear as day, telling me to come see, telling me it's beautiful down there, telling me the others are waiting. Sam, Jake, David, all of them, together. Happy. At peace. I can't fight it anymore, James. I'm so tired. So fucking tired of running, of flinching at drains, of being afraid of my own bathroom, of knowing that every hole in the ground is a mouth waiting to swallow me. I'm going in. I'm going to see. I'm going to find out what they found. What's been calling us since Al-Quwayrat? What lives in the deep places and knows our names? Tell my parents I love them. Tell them I'm sorry. Tell them I tried to fight it, but some things you can't fight. Some things you can only surrender to. And James, they're coming for you next. They told me. The dark knows your name. The deep is calling. You can run, but you can't hide because every hole in the ground leads to the same place. Every well, every shaft, every mine, every sewer, every drain. They're all connected, all going down to where something waits. Something that's been waiting longer than humans have had names. Something that calls us home. You'll hear your name from drains, from sewers, from any place water goes down. And eventually you'll answer. Eventually you'll look. Eventually you'll go. See you soon, brother. Save me a spot in the dark. That was it. Last message. Last words. Last contact with Tyler Brooks, Lance Corporal, USMC. 24 years old. Whole life ahead of him. Until Iraq. Until Al-Quwayrat. Until he heard his name from an empty well. Search and rescue went into the mine. Full team. Professional cave rescue. Equipment. Training. Experience. They went down the main shaft, down into darkness, following Tyler's trail, his footprints clear in the dust, going deeper, going down. The mine went down 400 feet in the main shaft. Standard depth for silver mining. Should have ended there. Hit bedrock. Hit the lowest profitable seam. But Tyler's footprints didn't stop. There was another shaft. Hidden. Not on any maps. Not in any records. Just a hole. A passage. Going deeper. Going down into rock that shouldn't have passages. Into depths that shouldn't have air. Into places that shouldn't exist under Colorado. The rescue team followed. Down another 200 feet. Then 300. Then 400. The passage kept going. Smooth walls. Perfect bore. Like something had drilled through solid granite with precision impossible for 1800s technology. Impossible for any technology. At 800 feet, they found writing on the walls. Not English, not Spanish, not any Native American language. Older. Cuneiform, maybe. Or older than cuneiform. Symbols that hurt to look at. That made your eyes water. That made your brain feel wrong. At 900 feet, Tyler's footprints stopped. Just stopped. Middle of the passage. No side tunnels. No chambers. No collapse. Just footprints walking and then nothing. Like he'd been erased. Like he'd stepped from one reality into another. Like the deep had finally taken him. The rescue team went another 100 feet. The passage ended. Solid rock. No exit. No Tyler. No explanation. Just a dead end in a passage that shouldn't exist, 1,000 feet below Colorado, in a mine that was only supposed to go 400 feet down. They came back up. Sealed the mine. Concrete. Steel. Explosives to collapse the entrance. Same procedure they'd used in Iraq. Same protocol for things they couldn't explain. Same solution for problems that don't have solutions. But 3 days after they sealed it, hikers reported hearing someone calling from inside. Male voice, American. Calling for help. Calling names. Calling James. Calling for me. Tyler's voice. Coming from 1,000 feet of collapsed rock. Coming from a mine that didn't exist anymore. Coming from somewhere else. Somewhere deep. Somewhere all the wells and shafts and mines connect. Somewhere the darkness lives and calls your name and waits for you to answer. I'm 42 now. 14 years since Iraq. 14 years since I heard my name from an empty well in Al-Quwayrat. 14 years of running, of moving, of never staying in one place too long, of avoiding wells and holes and mines and anything that goes down into darkness. I've lived in 12 cities, 23 apartments, never the same place for more than 18 months, never anywhere with a basement, never ground floor, always high up, always trying to get away from the ground, away from the earth, away from the deep. I live in San Diego now, high-rise apartment, 20th floor, no basement, nothing below me but other apartments, nothing beneath that but foundation, nothing beneath that but earth, solid earth, safe earth, except it's not safe. Last month I started hearing it again. James. Faint at first, like a whisper, like wind, like nothing, coming from the drain in my shower, from the sink, from the toilet, from any place where water goes down into pipes, down into sewers, down into the deep places under the city where darkness lives. I ignored it, told myself it was imagination, told myself I was hearing things, told myself 14 years of survivor's guilt and PTSD were finally catching up, that my brain was playing tricks, that I needed to see someone, get help, get medication. But then it got louder. James, we've been waiting so long, so patiently. The others are here, Mike, David, Sam, Jake, Tyler. All of us, together, in the dark, in the quiet. It's peaceful here, James. No more heat, no more war, no more pain, no more running. Just darkness, just deep, just home, just us. Forever. Multiple voices now. All my friends, all my brothers, all the Marines who heard their names from Iraqi wells and went down to answer, speaking in unison, harmonizing, creating a chorus that came from every drain, every pipe, every hole that went down. I called a plumber, told him my drains were making noise, told him I heard voices, told him there was something wrong with the pipes. He came, looked, checked everything, cameras, pressure tests, audio equipment, professional, thorough. He found nothing, said the pipes were fine, said I was hearing things, said old buildings make noise sometimes and your brain interprets it as voices, as words, as meaning, said maybe I should see a doctor, maybe get my hearing checked, maybe talk to someone about stress. But my building isn't old. It's 5 years old. And the voice isn't interpretation. It's real. It's Mike's voice, David's voice, all of them, taking turns, sometimes speaking together, sometimes separately, but always calling, always inviting, always promising peace. I stopped using the bathroom in my apartment, started going to the gym, to restaurants, to anywhere that wasn't my home, anywhere the voices might not follow, anywhere I could shower and use the toilet without hearing my name from the drain. Didn't work. The voices followed. Gym shower, restaurant bathroom, public restroom at the mall. Every drain, every pipe, every hole that water went down, all of them calling my name, all of them telling me to come home, all of them promising the deep was waiting. Last week, it got worse. Much worse. I woke up at 0300. Standard time. Same time Mike had started digging. Same time Jake had been on the floor. Same time the darkness comes for people who heard their names from wells. Standard collection time. Standard darkness hour. I heard scratching, coming from under my bed. Soft at first, then louder. Metal on concrete. Like fingernails, like claws. Like something trying to break through, trying to reach up, trying to grab me. I didn't want to look. Every instinct said, don't look. Stay in bed. Close your eyes. Pretend you don't hear it. Pretend nothing's happening. Pretend you're still safe on the 20th floor, far from the ground, far from the deep, far from whatever's scratching its way up toward you. But I looked. Couldn't help it. Couldn't not look. Had to see. Had to know. Had to confirm what I already knew was true. That distance doesn't matter. That height doesn't matter. That the deep finds you wherever you are. That holes open wherever you go. That depth isn't physical. It's spiritual. It's inevitable. There was a hole. In the floor. In the concrete. Breaking through somehow. Impossibly. 2 feet across. Perfectly circular. edges smooth like it had been cut with precision tools. But no tools had touched my floor. No one had been in my apartment. Just me. Just darkness. Just the deep reaching up. And from the hole, a voice. Mike's voice. "James, come down. Come see what we found. Come join us. We're all here. We've been waiting. 14 years. That's long enough. That's enough running. That's enough hiding. The deep calls. The dark knows. Come home where you belong." I backed away. Off the bed, across the room, against the wall, as far from the hole as I could get. Heart pounding, lungs working overtime, every part of me screaming, "Run." But where? Where do you run when holes open in 20th floor apartments? When depth reaches up through concrete and rebar and 19 floors of building? When the deep decides it's time? The hole grew. Wider. Deeper. I could see down into it now. Not with my eyes. With something else. With a sense I didn't have in Iraq. A sense that developed over 14 years of hearing voices from drains. A sense that let me perceive depth differently. Let me see into the dark. Let me know what was down there. And what was down there was them. All of them. Mike, David, Sam, Jake, Tyler. Standing in darkness. Looking up. Waving. Smiling. Not dead. Not alive. Something else. Something between. Something that existed in the deep. In the place all the holes connect. In the space beneath space where darkness lives. I called 911. Told them there was a hole in my floor. Told them I needed help. Told them something was wrong. They came. 2 cops. 2 firefighters. Building manager. All looking at me like I was crazy. All looking at my floor. At the solid, unbroken concrete. At the place where there was no hole. "Where's the hole, Mr. Reeves?" the building manager asked. Patient, concerned, the tone you use with people who've lost their minds. "Right there," I said, pointing. "Right fucking there. Can't you see it?" They looked. Saw nothing. Just floor. Just solid concrete. Just my apartment being normal while I screamed about holes that didn't exist. About voices. About Marines calling from the deep. "There's no hole, sir," one cop said. "Are you on any medication? Have you been drinking? Using drugs?" "I'm not crazy," I said. It was there. I saw it. I heard them. They're down there, all of them, waiting. They took me to the hospital. Psychiatric evaluation. 72-hour hold. Made sure I wasn't going to hurt myself. Made sure I wasn't going to hurt anyone else. Made sure I was crazy in a safe, contained way instead of a dangerous way. The doctors were nice. Understanding. Said I was experiencing PTSD-related hallucinations. Said survivor's guilt can manifest in strange ways. Said my brain was creating scenarios where my friends weren't gone, where they were somewhere I could join them, where death wasn't final, just geographical, just a matter of going down into holes that called your name. They prescribed medication, antipsychotics, anti-anxiety, sleeping pills. Take these. Feel better. Stop hearing voices. Stop seeing holes. Stop believing in depth that reaches up through 20 floors of building. I took them. Didn't help. The voices continued. The holes continued. The deep continued reaching for me. Medication doesn't stop reality. Doesn't stop things that are actually happening. Doesn't stop the dark from calling your name when it's decided it's time to collect. But my building isn't old. It's 5 years old. And the voice isn't interpretation. It's real. It's Mike's voice. David's voice. All of them. Taking turns. Calling me. Reminding me they're waiting. reminding me I'm the last one, reminding me that eventually I'll have to answer. Last week, it got worse. I woke up at 0300, heard scratching, coming from under my bed. I looked. Didn't want to, but looked anyway. There was a hole, small hole, in the floor of my apartment, in the concrete, breaking through somehow, 2 feet across, deep. So deep I couldn't see the bottom even though I was on the 20th floor and there should have been 19 floors below me. And from the hole, a voice. "James, come down. Come see. Come home. We're all waiting. It's time." I backed away, called the building manager, told him there was a hole in my floor. He came up, looked where I pointed. No hole, just solid floor. Unbroken, untouched. "There's no hole, Mr. Reeves," he said. "Are you feeling okay? Do you need me to call someone?" "There was a hole," I said. "Right there, I saw it." "Maybe you were dreaming," he said. "It happens. You wake up. Think you see things that aren't there. Brain playing tricks. Maybe. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe 14 years of survivor's guilt and PTSD and combat stress have finally broken something in my brain that can't be fixed. Or maybe the wells are right. Maybe they're all connected. Maybe every hole in the ground leads to the same place. Maybe depth isn't measured in feet but in something else, something older, something that knows your name and calls you and eventually collects what it's owed. I'm writing this because I don't know how much longer I can fight it. The voice is constant now. Every drain, every pipe, every grate in the sidewalk, every hole in the ground, all of them calling me, all of them promising peace, all of them telling me to stop running. And the dreams. God, the dreams. Every night. I'm back in Iraq. Back in Al-Quwayrat. Standing at the edge of a well, looking down into darkness. And my friends are down there. All of them. Looking up at me. Smiling. Waving. Telling me to jump. Telling me the fall doesn't hurt. Telling me the dark is warm. Telling me I belong with them. I wake up standing at my window, 20 stories up, looking down, ready to jump, hand on the latch. One more second and I'd have opened it. One more second and I'd have fallen down into whatever waits below, whatever called our names from Iraqi wells and is calling me still. If you're reading this, if you're military, if you ever deploy to Iraq, if you ever see abandoned villages, if you ever hear your name from somewhere it shouldn't be, run. Don't investigate, don't look down, don't answer, don't try to understand, just run and keep running and never stop, because the deep calls to the deep, and the dark knows your name, and once it calls you, it never stops calling. It just waits. Patient, eternal, knowing that eventually everyone answers, everyone looks down, everyone falls. I'm going to try to hold out, try to keep fighting, try to keep ignoring the voices that come from every drain and every hole and every shadow deep enough to hide darkness. But I don't think I can do it much longer. Last night I dug, don't remember doing it, but I woke up in my bathroom, hands bleeding, nails broken, a hole in the floor, 2 feet across, 3 feet deep, and getting deeper. And from the bottom, a voice I recognized. "Hey, James, it's Mike. Come on down, man. We're all here. We've been waiting. Just jump. Just let go. Just come home where you belong." I filled it in, covered it with concrete, with furniture, with anything heavy, trying to keep it closed, trying to keep the dark from reaching up and grabbing me. But I can still hear them. Through the concrete, through the floor, through reality itself. "James, stop fighting. Stop resisting. You know how this ends. You've always known. The dark called your name in 2009, and the dark always collects its debts, always gets what it's owed, always brings its children home. I can't.